Hell yeah! NASCAR is back in action and in full swing. After a wild Daytona 500, the sport has a lot of momentum on its side to kick off the 2026 campaign. So how do you keep up the tempo, keep that foot on the floor, and go full throttle into the Peach Day, where this hybrid mini superspeedway has quickly become one of NASCAR's most popular tracks? If you want to see peak pack racing, look no more. You have come to the right spot. Welcome to Hotlanta, as NASCAR and MDK presents the second race of the season. It's the Autotrader 400, live from Echo Park Speedway in Hampton, Georgia. And it's going to be cool but clear temperatures here today. Green flag is scheduled for 3:19 p.m. Eastern Time on Fox. The weather is going to be in the high 40s, low 50s, slight chance of rain at 2%, but it's going to be very windy here in Atlanta. Northwest at 17 miles an hour, but wind gusts as high as 44 miles an hour. So it's going to be cool, sunny, but windy. Welcome everyone back to episode of MDK RaceDay. My name is Jet. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Like I said, the sport's got a lot of momentum on its side following a chaotic Daytona 500 that saw Tyler Reddick take home the victory, his first Daytona 500 win, and bringing Michael Jordan a very nice birthday gift, making him just the second team owner that has played in the NBA and also won a Daytona 500. A lot of buzz, a lot of media attention revolving around Reddick, 23-11, big ratings boost for all races in Daytona Speedweeks. A lot of momentum on NASCAR side. But like I said, Tyler Reddick won the Daytona 500, so he enters this race as the points leader. As we take a look at the race to the chase, that sounds so good to see. We're actually talking about points now. Finally, points matter. Reddick, just a slight 12-point lead over Joe Logano, Chase Elliott, Zane Smith, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., and Brad Keselowski, the top 6. Behind him is Chris Buescher, Bubba Wallace, Carson Hocevar, and Ryan Blaney in the top 10 with Riley Herbst and Daniel Suarez. Then Josh Berry, Kyle Busch, Kyle Larson, and Noah Gragson holds the 16th and final spot. But again, this is just 1 out of 26 races. We still have a long way to go. This point standings will for sure flip majorly after Atlanta here today. The first drivers out: Michael McDowell, William Byron, John Nemechek, and Ty Dillon the top 20 with Cody Ware, AJ Allmendinger, and Ross Chastain. Those drivers are in the hunts. They're just about within 10 or so points behind the cut line. But again, race 1 out of 26, long ways to go. Let's take a look at the starting lineup of the 2026 Autotrader 400. Now, qualifying was rained out, so you have to use the metric system that NASCAR uses. And Tyler Reddick will also start on the pole for this race with Joe Logano to his outside in second. He's a 2-time Atlanta winner. Row 2 has another 2-time Atlanta winner in Chase Elliott in his home track, who won here last June. To his outside, or to his inside, I should say, is Ricky Stenhouse Jr. in the 47 ride. Row 3 has a pair of blue ovals: Brad Keselowski in the 6th, Zane Smith with a great Daytona 500 run starting alongside. Row 4 has Chris Buescher in the number 17 Ford. To his outside is Riley Herbst in number 35 Toyota, with Bubba Wallace and Josh Berry rounding out the top 10. Row 6, Noah Gragson alongside Daniel Suarez, who won here last year, or I should say last spring in 2024. So on it alongside Noah Gragson, like I said. Row 7 has William Byron, who won here in the spring of 2022. So alongside Kyle Busch, a 2-time Atlanta winner, although on the old service, but he did win the truck race here on Saturday. Row 8, Carson Hocevar, who gave that push to Kyle Busch to victory on Saturday, started alongside Kyle Larson in the 5 car. Row 9 has Ty Dillon alongside Cody Ware, with AJ Allmendinger and Michael McDowell rounding out the top 20. Row 11 has Ross Chastain and Ryan Blaney, who won here in the spring of 2021 at the old Atlanta. Row 12 has Legacy Motor Club drivers Eric Jones and John Hunter Nemechek. Row 13, Ty Gibbs starting alongside Ryan Preece. Row 14 has Cole Custer and Shane Van Gisbergen in the Red Bull 97 Chevrolet. And around the top 30 is Denny Hamlin and Austin Cindric in the 2 car. And the final 4 rows has Connor Zilic here in that 88 Tootsie Chevrolet, so alongside Christopher Bell, the defending race winner here last spring. Row 17 has Austin Dillon and Chase Briscoe. Todd Gillen is starting alongside Alex Bowman, with BJ McLeod and JJ Yeley rounding out the 38 car lineup. Here's a look at the odds to win here at Atlanta. Chase Elliott with the best odds at plus 850. Ryan Blaney and Logano at 900 apiece. Carson Hocevar, we know he's going to be fast. He's going to make some noise at plus 1200. Larson at 1300. Bell at 1400. Keselowski 1500. Byron and Cindric at 1600. And Chastain at 2000. Then some real big names with big odds. Kyle Busch at 2000 alongside Denny Hamlin, as well as Chase Briscoe. Reddick and Buescher at 2200. Bubba Wallace at 2500. Gibbs, Berry, and Bowman at 3,000, with Ricky Stenhouse Jr. starting at 3,500. And now it's time to bring back Make the Call. We already know how this goes. Every week I make a post on my discussion board asking y'all a simple question or a simple request. What do you think is going to happen in today's race? And there was some people that had some mixed answers in terms of the drivers that they think they are going to win. The first one comes from Cito1101. He says Chase Elliott gets redemption after last week's heartbreaking loss. Like I said, yes, Chase Elliott is a two-time winner at Atlanta, won here last June, and like Cito mentioned, nearly winning the Daytona 500, was leading coming off of turn number 4, but unfortunately was wrecked by the time they crossed the start finish line. End up finishing, I believe, in the top 5, but did lose that win to Tyler Reddick. Chase Elliott is for sure going to be very strong in this race. Obviously, it's not how you start, it's how you finish with these types of super speedway or drafting track races. Chase Elliott is going to be someone that you are going to have to watch for sure. The Breda Bunch 58 says Carson Hocevar will get redemption from that almost three-wide photo finish and will get his first NASCAR Cup Series win at Atlanta. There were some other people that also were kind of chanting or rooting for Carson Hocevar. I mean, Carson Hocevar ran really well in the Saturday truck race, working with Kyle Busch. Basically, he helped Kyle Busch get that win. Busch would not be the winner if it wasn't for Carson Hocevar. And we know how good Carson is on the Cup side at Atlanta. Both races last year, in the June race last year, he was really aggressive, really trying to push the envelope, getting up to the front very quickly. And then also what we saw in spring of last year, him being just mere inches from claiming victory, but lost it to Christopher Bell. If it wasn't for that caution, I believe he would have gotten that win. But definitely Carson Hocevar is somebody you're going to have to watch. He will be the type of driver that will either win the race or bring home the steering wheel, one of the two. But he is going to try his damnness to get this win, because we all know Carson Hocevar, what did Mike Joy call him, the Hurricane? He's going to go all out to try and get this win. And finally, Jamie Weitzer 8469 says Blaney and Joey battle each other for the win, and Team Penske wins with the number 22 sliced bread being Joey Logano. And that's where we're going to transition to our storylines, is the manufacturer battles. Since 2022, the last 8 races under the new Atlanta, Chevrolet has won 5 of them. 2 go to Chase Elliott. But him and Joey Logano are tied for most wins under this new Atlanta at 2 apiece. Joey Logano won here, I believe, in the fall of 2024, and I think in the fall of 2023, if I'm not mistaken. So Logano also knows what it takes to win here at Atlanta under this new format. Now, like I said, Team Penske as a whole, they are going to be somebody you will have to watch. Last spring, even though, yes, a Toyota won the race, I believe the top 3 was a Toyota and 2 Chevys, it was the Fords that dominated it. Joey led 83 laps, Barry led 56, and Cindric led 47 laps. Now, you throw in the fact that when you look at the top 10 starting grid at the moment, 5 of them are Fords. Logano starting in 2nd, 3rd or 5th and 6th is Keselowski and Zane Smith, 7th is Chris Buescher, and 10th is Josh Berry. All 5 showed great speed. I mean, Logano, we just talked about him. Brad Keselowski and Chris Buescher, we know how great they ran together in the duels at Daytona. Josh Berry, I mentioned, he led the 2nd most laps last spring. And Zane Smith is an underdog. He's very underrated. I feel like in this type of super speedway racing, he's somebody you're going to have to watch. So when you have 5 Fords in the top 10, that could easily be a recipe for them to get together, gang up on the Chevrolet and Toyotas, because we have 3 Toyotas in the top 10. Tyler Reddick on pole, but then you got Riley Herbst back in 8th place and Bubba Wallace in 9th. Riley Herbst, he did ran really well in the 500, pushed Tyler Reddick to the victory. But when you look at who are these super speedway drivers to watch out for from the Toyota side, you can really only point at Bubba Wallace. And then you look at the Chevy side, it's Stenhouse and Elliott. That's it. 2 Chevys ain't gonna be able to beat 5 Fords in the field, so at least within the top 10. So I would not be surprised if we see the Fords kind of gang up on the rest of the field and kind of set the tempo in the first couple stages when you have these types of drivers, when you have RFK guys and Team Penske guys up towards the front, or affiliate Team Penske guys in the Wood Brothers Racing in the 21 car. They are for sure, I believe, going to set the tone for the first couple stages, lead out front, and then once stage 3 happens, then things are going to get wild. And when I say wild, that's why you look at drivers like a Carson Hocevar, maybe some surprises like a Kyle Larson, who's starting to get better and better on these super speedways. Christopher Bell, like I said, the defending race winner. You look at maybe a guy like Ricky Stenhouse Jr., who knows that these types of races are his only shots at winning. Look at maybe Michael McDowell from Spire. He also could be an underrated. I mean, he was in contention pushing Carson Hocevar when they went into that final lap in the 500 last Sunday. So there's a lot of contenders in this race. This is a type of track where if you're in it, you can sort of win it because this is a more handling type of track than what you see at Daytona and Talladega. But regardless, it is going to be something that I feel like will be very exciting to watch. Atlanta is almost always been the most exciting drafting track style of racing NASCAR has gone to since the next gen car. So I see no reason why today would be any different. Now let's take a look at our fantasy league lineup. This is something different that I'm going to be introducing into this show, but every week I will show the top 12 standings in the league standings that I have over on NASCAR.com. If you type in MDK Racing, join in, sign up, I will be showing the standings every single week to see who is the best at making their lineup. So after the Daytona 500, let's take a look at our lineup here. So we have Awesome at Avery at 196 points. Second place is HMS Fan for Life at minus 18. Catskill Mountain Racing at minus 31. Danny Boy 2448 minus 34. KIG Ugly 1, that's a funny name, rounding out the top 5. Now, like you see there, I'm in 8th place, minus 60, because my lineup was okay, but I forgot to make a switch for the garage, because then I think the guy in my garage crashed, and I forgot to make the switch on him. So this time, I'm going to try and keep up with that. But again, sign up now. We currently have 23 members joining. Make your pick, make your lineup. I will feature the full starting league standings next Sunday at Coda because we had more people sign up now. So again, head over to NASCAR.com on the Fantasy Hub page, type in MDK Racing on the league search, sign up, and join in because it will be a lot of fun because we're going to be showing out the standings every single week. Make sure you guys are even more involved into the show. So this will be my lineup. It mainly is made up of Fords and Chevys with one Toyota. So I have all 3 Penske drivers of Logano, Blaney, and Cindric. Then I got the 2 Hendrick cars of Chase Elliott and Kyle Larson because again, he's getting better on these super speedways or these drafting tracks. I think today could be another really good day. And I do have Bubba Wallace in my garage. Anytime we go on a drafting track, you cannot really count out the 23 car. He ran really well in the 500 last Sunday, won a stage. I think either led the most laps or second most laps, was in contention to have a shot at the win. So I got him in my garage. But the driver that I have winning this race is not for my fantasy lineup. I have Kyle Busch. I have him. I think he's going to win this race. I feel like it's going to be a driver that, even though with my fantasy lineup, I pick drivers I feel like are going to be front runners. But usually I feel like with these Atlanta races, it could go one or two directions. It could go to a front runner or it could go to a driver that you don't expect up front. Like what we saw last spring. Look at the top 3. You had Christopher Bell, who is not a good super speed racer. You had Carson Hocevar, who was, I believe, a rookie or very, very young, very inexperienced at the super speed racing. And Kyle Larson, who doesn't have the best record at super speed racing. That was your top 3. So it could go one or two directions where it's a driver that is dominant, like last June in Chase Elliott, or a driver that doesn't have much experience being good at these types of drafting tracks, taking home the win. And I feel like it's going to be Kyle Busch. Not saying Kyle Busch is bad at this type of drafting racing, but we don't see his name pop up at a track like Atlanta, at least on the Cup side. And he did win the truck race on Saturday, so it's not like he doesn't know how to run well here, but we don't see his name pop up as often on the Cup side at Atlanta. I think that's going to change today. I think Kyle Busch is going to win, and he's going to win by leading maybe less than 20 laps. That's what I think. But what are your thoughts on what do you think is going to happen here in Atlanta? Let me know in the comment section down below. As always, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more content. Until next time, my name is Jet from MDK. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you all next time.